In this final installment of our 2020 Utah adventure, we're going to drive through Capitol Reef National Park and enjoy the iconic vistas of Dead Horse Point State Park and the Island in the Sky section of Canyonlands.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
What a difference, huh? Yesterday so hazy and today blue skies. Much colder and windy too. And we may have some rain coming later.
Well, good morning. What a difference the day makes, huh? And in temperature, of course, yesterday was that torrid desert heat, and today is like in the low 40s. But the smoke is gone, so we'll take it. Today we're going to the Moab area, which is, as you know, Arches National Park, Canyonlands, which is one of the main ones that I wanted to overview today, and Dead Horse Point. We'll see how much we can do. We're still 3 hours away, so and then I think I make the wrong turn. That's through here probably. And then we're going east, crossing the Rockies, and we have to monitor the weather because this afternoon is supposed to rain and snow over all the mountain passes in the Rockies. So we'll monitor, and if we have to take I-70, we'll take I-70 instead of like the more scenic route, which I-70 is pretty scenic.
In the time it took us to dump the holding tanks, the clouds rolled in. Oh well, the types of landscapes we're about to see are usually prettier with blue skies and sunlight, but we'll take it. This reminds me so much of our 2014 Four Corners road trip, the one that finally tipped the scale in favor of us buying an RV. And in fact, we did, just a month later. Actually, we took a picture exactly at this very spot. Here's the visitor center and the Fruta campground and the park's scenic drive, but we're gonna continue. I really want to see two other iconic places near Moab we've never seen before. We continue on this canyon on State Route 24 along the Fremont River, going towards the eastern entrance to the park. There are some petroglyphs, a natural bridge, historic structures, and some other points of interest along this road, but as I said, Moab awaits. It is a beautiful drive. What planet is this? Now it kind of looks like the moon.
Yeah, seems like a good spot to have breakfast, huh? Yeah. Oh yeah. Breakfast sandwiches with pesto. It's breakfast with a view. Well, this was certainly a cool spot for a quick meal here.
It is pretty windy, and doesn't that look like a Hershey kiss? Beautiful rock formations here on the side of the road. We're gonna keep going. Our next destination, Dead Horse Point State Park, and it looks like rain might be imminent. We're going to be very close to Gobbling Valley, another wonderful place we visited back in 2014. Eventually, we hop on I-70 East for a little bit, and then we'll take US 191 south towards Moab. And you know that if it is raining here, it is snowing in the Rockies, right? It is gonna be an interesting pass tomorrow, but let's concentrate on today for now. Let's stop here for a moment at this vista point and enjoy the view. We stopped here for a moment to change the GoPro battery, and look what's coming down. Slit! Entrance to the park, $20 per vehicle, and this is a state park, so the America the Beautiful pass does not apply. Let's go all the way to the end of the road, which is the actual Dead Horse Point, and hopefully the weather will cooperate.
Well, we're gonna go for a short little hike here to Dead Horse Point. It's right there. It's raining a little bit. It's actually very, very cold rain. It's 37 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, let's do it. All right, it's just a short little hike to that covered platform over there. So it's even rain friendly because you know they have a small roof there. It's a little hazy still. Ah, look at that. Oh yeah, definitely one of the better views we've seen in a while, and yeah, look at that. Look at that meander of is that the San Juan River?
It is, in fact, the Colorado, actually.
I wish you were here to see it, because in video you cannot really fathom the depth that we are experiencing here. It's quite amazing.
It is said that horses often died of exposure, having nowhere to go in this natural corral used by cowboys in the 19th century, hence the name Dead Horse Point. All of a sudden, it is clearing up, and the sun wants to come out. Look at it, reflecting on the surface of the mighty Colorado. And one of these days, when we have a 4x4, we're gonna go all the way down there.
Yeah, I look like Dr. Emmett Brown, don't I? In any case, this place, magnificent. The what was it? The horseshoe? No, horseshoe. No, Dead Horse Point. It's one of those places that looks much better in real life than any pictures I had ever seen. So I was very pleasantly surprised by it. Even with the not perfect weather, it was still marvelous. And, let's see, there's another viewpoint somewhere around here. I want to see if I can stop there. Otherwise, we're going to Canyonlands National Park.
And it is raining again. And there's the sign. Entrance fee is $30, but here I can use the America the Beautiful annual pass. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I just hope it doesn't rain. Let's stop here at Schaefer Canyon Viewpoint, the first overlook. Oh yeah, this is magnificent. And that is Dead Horse Point, that prominent mesa. We're not gonna linger much here because it is getting late in the day and there are a couple of other points of interest we are more interested in. Most importantly, Mesa Arch and Grand Viewpoint. Yeah, today we might have to stick to the greatest hits. Let's stop at the Green River Overlook. Hard to fathom what forces of nature could have carved something like this. Oh, by the way, that would be the Green River, presumably responsible for all this. Fascinating place and totally worth it, and I keep seeing faces on all these rocks. This is definitely one of Utah's top 5. We couldn't find parking at Mesa Arch, so let's continue towards Buck Canyon Overlook. This parking lot is pretty full too, but I think we can park here by the end. Images alone cannot convey the sheer vastness of this place. I dare to say this is almost as impressive as the Grand Canyon. Let's go all the way to the end of the road, which is Grand Viewpoint. I wanted to park here, but if I do... You see this Winnebago, he's parked like in an angle, and if I park here, he may not be able to get out. I'd rather park someplace else, since we want to go for a little hike. We might be a while.
This is called Grand Viewpoint. It's supposed to be a 2-mile round trip. They say it takes 1.5 hours, so that means it's probably a little strenuous, right? We'll see.
Okay, so the overlook is right here, and then there is a 1-mile rim walk. We might not do the whole thing. The farther we walk along the rim, the more prominent this gaping hole, this canyon becomes from our perspective, like a giant ancient footprint on the ground.
A pretty good view from here. I keep saying that those are like it's like an animal paw, and it's the 3 fingers. I don't know, the three toes of an ancient beast. But I don't know. It turned out not to be such a long hike after all. We decided not to do like the whole rim trail all the way to the end. The view from here is quite impressive.
Now we've got one last point of interest, Mesa Arch, perhaps the most iconic view here in Canyonlands. Let's see if we can find parking.
Well, we're locked out with parking, and we're gonna do a Mesa Arch now.
Mesa Arch is said to be best at sunrise, but we're gonna see it at sunset because timing. And here's looking back.
This first part is a little bit of an uphill, but I think it's mostly flat after this. Beautiful views to the back.
Check it out. There it is. You have no idea how cool it is to actually be here, seeing this thing in person and with a totally different light. Most pictures you see are taken at sunrise, but I kind of like it this way too, especially with the dark clouds in the background. I just can't get enough of this place. Can't get tired of staring through this arch into the distant pinnacles.
That was Mesa Arch. Everything I hoped it would be.
Okay, one last time, I promise.
This is it. It's iconic for sure. All right, let's hike that half-mile back. Mostly uphill, by the way. There it is.
And now, there's no one there. Okay, let's hike back to the parking lot. Time's up. We still have to find somewhere to camp for the night. There's some BLM land nearby, but we are not entirely sure where it is, and the chances are we're gonna arrive there after sunset. Not my idea of fun, looking for a campsite in the dark. It is getting dark, and I don't like driving at night anymore, especially when I don't know the terrain. We're gonna stay at Willow Springs Road, and it is through here to the right. Over here, perhaps? I think I'm gonna go a little farther, find something a little more private. It is like a small city out here. Let me check this out. Seems a little soft. This looks promising. Yep, this is home for the night. I'm gonna be a little too close to this Airstream, but it is only for one night. I really hope they don't mind. This turned out to be a pretty good campsite considering our late arrival. I love dry camping in the desert, self-contained, off-grid, and as I said, this was a pretty good campsite. I only wish I would have arrived earlier, and maybe would have found something more secluded, perhaps. Today we continue on the journey east. Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, and eventually the mothership, Winnebago Towables in Middlebury, Indiana. But more about that on the next episode. And also, look out for a director's cut version of our entire time in Utah in 2020. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road. I'm riding in